Welcome to Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe, Europe's largest mountain park and a real gem in the heart of Germany. In the video, we take a look around in this fantastic park, which has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2013. We explore the incredible diversity of the park together with our two guides. Of course, we can't miss the world-famous water features below the Hercules monument in Kassel. We start our walk below the park at the Wilhelmshöhe Visitor Center. You can get there by public transportation, such as tram or bus. There is also a paid visitor parking lot nearby. The mountain park itself is free and open to the public. To get to the park, we simply walk uphill and follow our two siblings. The mountain park has lots of large old trees, under which you can really relax. The many different types of trees and plants are a successful blend of nature and a huge landscaped garden. I think you can walk about 3 or 4 kilometers in the park before you reach the summit, Hercules. Good shoes are a must. We get our first glimpse of Wilhelmshöhe Palace. The former summer residence of the Landgraves and Electors of Hessen-Kassel is now a museum. Among other things, it houses a collection of antiquities and paintings by old masters. At this point, it is worth taking a first look back down into the valley towards Kassel. Here, we are exactly on the line of sight that runs from the Hercules monument in the middle of the park and continues along Wilhelmshöhe Allee to Kassel city center. We keep to the left of the castle and head first for the castle pond. The mountain park was laid out in 1696 on the orders of the Landgraves and Electors of Kassel. Originally, it served as a Baroque pleasure garden, but today it is a World Heritage Site. Over 300 years of history are reflected in its design. From the strict symmetry of the Baroque period to the romantic naturalness of the English garden. The park covers 560 hectares. Although filming this video took several days, I can only mention some of the highlights here in passing, such as Löwenburg Castle, which is located a little further away. The artificial castle ruins can be visited as part of a guided tour and are certainly worth a video of their own. Next to the park, we find another small park, which is home to a large greenhouse, among other things. With its special plants, this is a popular attraction, especially in winter. Here you can escape the dark season and immerse yourself in a colorful sea of flowers. In addition to potted plants, there is also a colorful spectrum of flowers such as cyclamen and primroses. Palm trees, banana trees and other exotic plants can be admired here. We continue strolling through the park, which offers a constant stream of new plants, flowers, ponds and waterfalls. Because there is always something new to discover and it never gets boring, the park is so popular with young and old alike. Colorful flower beds line the path, alternating with ponds and fantastic views of the landscape. As we continue on to Wilhelmshöhe Castle, we enjoy the many facets of the park a little longer. Although hiking was not necessarily one of my favorite activities as a child, I really enjoyed this park. In some hidden places, it resembles an adventure playground, and I always enjoy coming back here. Before the next stage, we take some more beautiful photos. The powerful waterfalls here are the result of the water features. These poured into the valley from the upper cascades at Hercules about an hour ago. The special spectacle of the water features usually takes place 2 days a week during the summer months. But we'll take a closer look at that later. The extensive network of paths and the complex topography of the park, as well as the different seasons, mean that visitors are always offered new impressions and views every time they visit. Just think of the splendor of flowers in spring, or the fantastic colors of the trees on a golden autumn day. As already mentioned, this waterfall does not always flow quite so strongly. But it benefits from the incredible masses of water from the water features that are currently flowing here. In places, the park flows smoothly into the trees of the adjacent Habichtswald forest. These visitors look, at least to me, as if they have traveled 10,000 kilometers to be here, in this park. We continue uphill and approach the middle and absolutely straight line of sight of the complex again, reaching Wilhelmshöhe Palace. Today, Wilhelmshöhe Palace is an important art gallery, and its museum houses works by Rembrandt and Rubens, among others. The palace was built between 1786 and 1798. While enjoying the beautiful park in front of the palace, it's time for a little break. How about a fresh beer with a bratwurst? Or would you prefer coffee and cake? The large lawn with its magnificent flower beds in front of the palace invites you to linger. From here, you already have a fantastic view of Hercules. We continue through the park, following our route uphill. Everyone enjoys the park in their own way. This semicircular building is called the Hall of Socrates. It is also referred to as a semicircular temple. Of course, we can't forget to take pictures and photos with our cell phones as souvenirs. What fantastic views! A view through the telescope of the Yuso Temple and uphill towards the Hercules monument and cascades. Crossing the small bridge, we approach the Yuso Temple, named after the architect Heinrich Christoph Jusso, whose plans were used to build a popular pavilion in 1818. The jewel of the park is a popular subject for photographs and another popular vantage point. Hidden corners with waterfalls, rocks, ferns and trees invite visitors to explore. This small building is called the Felseneck Pavilion. The idyllic pond here supplies the giant fountain during the water shows, solely through gravity. The waterfall below the Devil's Bridge is also a popular feature of the water shows, which usually take place twice a week during the summer months. We are heading towards the Cascades and Hercules, where we will soon see the world-famous water shows. The show has been running since 1714 and still uses the same technology, relying solely on natural gravity without any pumps or electrical controls. Spectators are already gathering below the Hercules monument. The water features are also held on certain days of the year in the evening with fantastic lighting. Everyone is eagerly waiting for it to finally start. The water starts on time at the top of Hercules. At first, it doesn't look like much. But then, pressure builds up in the system and the horn signals the start of the spectacle. The cascades fill with water and thousands of liters pour down into the valley with a roar. A total of 750,000 liters of water flow here. Everyone clearly enjoys this unique work of art. When the water pressure at the cascades slowly subsides, it's time to head downhill to the next station of the water features. The fun is far from over here, as the next attraction continues further down. We pass the water reservoir pond again and gather together with the spectators below the Pluto Grotto. Here we look uphill towards the Devil's Bridge. Everyone is waiting eagerly, and there are also many curious visitors on the bridge. And then a murmur goes through the crowd. Everyone is excited. The water is coming. Isn't that fantastic? A total of 6 employees are needed to set the water features in motion. The so-called water masters have to open and close the water valves at several points in the system using large hydrant keys in order to offer visitors this unique experience. The hard-working employees have to start preparing for the afternoon event early in the morning. We simply follow the lots of water and, in this case, the lots of people and pass another waterfall before approaching the viaduct of the complex. The viaduct is a clever construction designed to keep the water at a decent height so that it can plunge into the depths in another spectacular waterfall. Much to the delight of the audience. We continue downhill and follow this side valley with its small bridges and waterfalls. The path leads us back to the Jussau Temple and fountain pond. In the last stage of the water features, everyone marvels at the huge fountain which bubbles up about 50 meters into the air. If you enjoyed the video, please press the subscribe button, completely free of charge, to support the work for further videos and not miss any new uploads. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these recordings. Goodbye, see you next time.